Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Well, hello to everyone. As soon as I
I
can
hope
see it.
y'all ready to cut up. You know how we do.
Right.
Let me play a little intro for you guys.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your silence.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, I'm going to tell you about the test technique and how God keeps blessing me.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. No matter what you're going through, let's chat. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Girl, you know I'm here for you. Let's chat.
Yes, yes, yes.
I hope y'all ready to chat because we got a topic, a topic, a topic. Ooh, this is a topic. Mm-mm-mm.
So
That's all I can say.
I
Mm.
like that. Oh yes, friends and family. Let's get this thing started. I'm excited.
Yeah. So far, we only got one person in here, so I'm gonna give it a minute and I'm gonna let some people come on in.
Well, we have two people where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I just seen someone else enter.
Three.
Hey, nephew. How my babies? Y'all, if y'all have not, oh, it's gangster. I thought it was my nephews. Uh-uh. Hey, Crystal. Not that it's not a good thing that you're there, gangster. I just thought you was my nephews.
Something is happening here. That's
He
okay.
said, "Hey, Leslie."
Oh hey. Who is it? Who is the really official?
That's my nephews. That's gangster's son and his nephew.
Oh, hey nephew.
Hey, Queen Rose. How you doing, hon?
Hi Queen. Hi Camilla. Hi Traisha.
Y'all, if you missed Queen Rose live yesterday, she did a very positive talk. You got something going on in the background again.
Again. Let me see. What about now?
Okay, yeah, no, it stopped. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But if y'all missed her, I just said it wasn't the nephews, that it was you. See? Do I need to get you a Q-tip, sir? Because I said, oh, I thought it was my nephews, but it's gangster. Not saying that that's a bad thing.
Mm,
I'm good, hon. I can't complain. I woke up this morning, so I'm good. Okay, Leslie. I don't know why they deleted your comments. I don't
Uh-oh.
see any deletions of your comments. I don't know what's going on.
I'm multitasking. Isn't that something? Hi Camilla. I just
That's
need to
odd.
know.
I don't know what's going on, gangster. Cause ain't nobody deleting your comments from my end.
I
I
don't
don't know
see
what's
his
up. I see his comments coming through on StreamYard, but I don't see any deletions. I don't know why. So y'all, I hope y'all ready for this topic because today we are going to be talking about. Hey, Auntie Vaughn,
Hey, Ma.
we're gonna be talking about being submissive. How many of y'all think you can be submissive in a marriage nowadays?
That would be me.
Well, I didn't even get a chance to answer that earlier.
Mhm.
Gangster had answered it for me with his little smart mouth. I'm sure he'll type it in a minute what he said, cause he being quiet for the moment, but we'll see how long that lasts. Y'all, if you have not subscribed to Really Official, please go over there and subscribe and show the nephews some love. They are teenagers. They out here doing their thing with music. And so make sure you support my babies. Okay, Leslie, you got something else playing in the background because it's doing the double echo.
Let's see. I'm gonna be opening and shutting my mute button if needed.
Okay. Let me see if it's still doing it. Okay.
Open here.
No, it stopped now. So I don't know what was going on. So I'm gonna let Leslie start. I already did, Leda. You already did what, Miss Carmela?
Probably subscribe. She's talking about.
Oh, okay, okay.
So should I start with a definition?
I would.
Okay. So you read the title and then I'll read the definition. I don't see the title.
Of the girl chat.
Yes.
I didn't put the image up there today. Let me see if it still
Okay,
says.
I
It
see
may
it.
not.
I see it. Okay, so the title is Are You Willing to Be Submissive in a Marriage? What is submission? So let's just break it down. Submit. By definition, it says to accept or yield to a super force or to the authority or will of another person. Hmm. All right. Can I do it? I say yes. I will like to say heck yes. And if I need to get any more clear, you might have to go to Jesus yourself. But I say yes. I don't have any problems with the definition, with the term submit. Oh, yes. I say yes.
So, what do you ladies in the chat have to say? Cause I'm a hold my thought.
Be careful now.
I I want to see what you ladies in the chat have to say. I see Auntie says I'm listening at work. I believe submissiveness is still on the table. I agree, Auntie, and then I disagree, and I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you.
So, Miss Leslie, you can go ahead and start. Go on and tell us why you can be submissive.
Well, all right. I was getting ready to pull up a Bible scripture, but I
I
can
know
go ahead.
that's real, Auntie.
I can
Oh,
go.
you can pull up your Bible scripture. That's fine.
Okay, so the reason I say that I can be submissive to my husband now, I don't see anywhere where it says I have to be submissive to a friend, a boyfriend, which I don't know anything about boyfriends, fiance, or what have you. But the Bible does say, wives, be submissive to your own husbands. And please, we already know that. All right. It also says that husband be submissive to your wife. We're not going to use that as a, well, I don't know. He better submit to me. We're grown-ups here. We're grown-ups now. We're talking about, are you willing to be submissive in a marriage? And we're talking to us women here. And if the men want to chime in, hey, they're welcome. However, I say yes because the Bible says so. And that's my final answer. Hold on now. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Um, so let me say yes and no. Okay. Um, I do believe that a woman can very well be submissive to a man. Um, and I don't have any problems with being submissive. Like Auntie says, as long as he's worth it and he's doing what he's supposed to take care of the home, I don't have any problems with it. However, nowadays things are a lot different. Um, and so I think you have to ask a lot of probing questions before you actually enter into a marriage because the dynamics is completely different. Like they're doing polyamorous relationships. Like so is the wife supposed to be submissive and the girlfriend not? You know, I mean those things are happening quite frequently nowadays where you have polyamorous relationships. Then you have marriages where people are wanting to bring extra people into the bedrooms and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not ever gonna be submissive to a polyamorous relationship. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm out. You say poly anything, I'm out. Just not gonna happen. Um, and I'm definitely not going to be willing to share my man with anyone. So, but nowadays those are the things that you run into. You there, Leslie?
Yeah, I'm going. Uh, I'm sorry, Miss Lady. You're taking me on another road here with your response because the title says, "Are you willing to be submissive in a marriage?" I
Right.
was hoping and I was assuming that we were talking about a marriage with just you and your significant other, not you and many others.
But see, nowadays,
I
being
know
in a marriage,
nowadays we're asking what kind of question. Well, let's just do this. What do you mean by this title? Are you willing to be submissive to a marriage? What marriage are you talking about? Maybe I should have asked that question in the beginning.
well, I mean, any marriage that you enter into, um,
Okay, so
you're
okay,
signing a legal binding contract that
okay.
that is just you and that person. But like I say,
I'll stop right
nowadays,
there.
okay,
You can. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. Okay, so we're asking each individual here, and that question pertains to myself and you. So, with this legal document, you so if you sign this legal document, that means you in agreement with whatever is right there that was told to you. Is that true or no?
that is
I
true.
promised
But
you something. No, I
okay,
don't know. But
that
it's
that is true in regards to you have a legal document and you're entering into an agreement.
right.
However, agreements can be amended.
I understand. But if we go there right now too soon with the alternatives and the amendments, then we'll get thrown off.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. You
So
can go on to your first part and explain, and then I'll go into the part where, like I say, um, the reason why I don't I agree and I don't agree.
okay. So I did. I think. Do anybody have any questions in regards to what I said? Because I think I made myself clear. It's a yes for me, and I say that because I'm going according to what was promised to me, what we have talked about. Now, any other entities, I didn't agree to such things. I only agreed to
Shut up, gangster.
what is there. Anything else, Now you're talking about a whole nother question. Are you willing to be submissive in a marriage? Um, if blank, 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 blank. See, that question have to be altered if other things are coming into the marriage that I didn't agree to. You understand? So my answer would change because the promise has changed. However, it did happen to me. We didn't have any um, others coming into our marriage, and somebody could say that you know of. I don't like creating things in my mind, that I don't have proof of. I'm not that woman. I'm not her. I don't like that. And I think that women ought not to do that. Also, I think men ought not to do that. Don't create things in your marriage, in your imagination, and bring it into your marriage, saying things like, what if he's cheating? Okay, see, come on now. I know that's another subject. However, let's get back to the what are we asking here? Are you willing to be submissive in a marriage? So, whatever kind of marriage that looks like to you, to anyone in the chat, to anyone outside of this live here, the kind of marriage that it is a marriage that you sign on the dotted line. I don't care if it's 10 people, I don't care if it's you and the one other person. You sign that. So we're talking about that. And also, if we want, we can also talk about alternatives. But the what I am willing to sign is what was promised, what I agreed upon, what sounds great to me. And so I'm going to sign that. Now, if it starts changing for the worse and I'm already married, I have to go to God because he still said to submit to your husband. He didn't say submit to your husband, but if he's getting on your nerves today, then you don't have to submit to him. I don't know where that is in the Bible because it doesn't exist. And I'm only talking about personally. I'm talking about myself, my own marriage. When I enter the marriage, I don't want to cause more problems than it already will be if we're talking about adding something to our marriage that I didn't agree to. So I'm going to submit. The day that I stop submitting is as a Christian, I am experiencing a fall where I'm not no longer following Christ.
Okay, so I know we had a conversation in regards to submitting, but your husband said that you can't work.
Right.
And so what was your opinion in that regards?
I cried, and let's be honest. I like to be honest. I cried. I said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. So I cried. I have the right to my feelings now. And so I cried. I said, I don't know how to do that. And at the end of the day, he changed his mind. I didn't ask him to change his mind. I was crying and I didn't appear enthused or happy. And he saw maybe I shouldn't ask this woman this. It's okay, babe. You can work. And so I was still submitting. I was in my feelings. I was crying. I didn't say, hey, come to the bedroom with me because I'm getting ready to cry. He saw the tears. Oh, are you okay? Yeah, well, you don't look okay. What's wrong? I don't know how to be a wife that stays at home. See, because we didn't talk about that in the beginning. We should have, but hey, can't go back and erase the past, history. So I was still a submissive wife who was in her feelings for until he changed his mind.
Okay, so I would love to know how many of you ladies in the chat would not work if your husband said that he did not want you to work because you're being submissive. Put a one in the chat. I would love to see that. I just want to know how many would be submissive and not work. Hey Daniela, how you doing?
Hi, Daniela. Oh boy, that sound again, huh? Get out of it.
I'm not submitting to. Shut up. I cannot with him.
A two-legged kitten. Dang, I just oh dang. I'm trying to imagine. You want to read Queen Rose?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put it on the screen. She said, nope, yes, and no. I respect and him as my husband, and he should. I'm his wife, but I like to get my own. I know, girl, I'm with you. I am with you. My own stuff on my own name, and I make sure he good and home. I'm only submitting fully in the bedroom. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, she said LOL, so I don't know if that's a joke or if that's real. It's a
No,
LOL.
no, I think she's serious, but she's just letting you know that the only place she being submissive is in the bedroom. Do your thing, boo, in the bedroom type thing. You can take control all you want
Yeah, I'm
type
not
thing.
here to judge anybody.
So I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm like Queen Rose. Like I like to have my own stuff. And so I'm just because I don't never know when you may act up or you may do something that you're not supposed to. And I got a child to take care of. And so if you get to acting crazy or whatever, I gotta know that I got money saved up so I can leave and do whatever I need to do for me and my child. If for any reason the relationship doesn't work. So that would be difficult for me. Like, we would have to definitely have a talk on that because I don't see myself ever being submissive in that regards where I can't make my own income. Um,
No, that's not what you said though. You said now you're saying something different. You saying your own income. We're talking. That's a different situation. You can work from home and make money. We all know that.
hey Sherry.
We all know that now. We didn't say that the wife cannot make money. We said work. And we're talking about working outside the home. We're talking about you are to stay at home if the husband asks you to, if you choose to. Can you do that? Can you stay home if your husband say, "Babe, I don't want you to work outside of this house"? We can open up our minds and say, "Okay, I'm going to make money in another way."
Okay, but
We can do
most
that
of the
now.
time,
You can have your husband now. You
wait,
can
no,
have your husband.
okay, again, most of the men nowadays.
Talking about your man. Forget these other ones now. Come on.
No,
Your
but I'm
man.
saying that countrymen or normally, and I'm not speaking on mine. Some of them honestly do not want you to work. Period. And so for me, that's a problem. I gotta have some type of income coming in because, like I say, if anything was to transpire, I want to make sure that I got money saved for me and mine to be well taken care of. I'm sorry.
I'm confused again.
What do you mean you confused? What's to be confused about?
Because what you initially said, as far as the question, your initial question is, suppose your husband, is that a form of submitting? Suppose your husband asks you not to work outside of the home.
No, I didn't say outside of the home. I
Okay.
said suppose your husband asks you not to work.
Okay, not to work. Now you're going to have to specify then before I give my comment on that because I don't know what you mean. Work as in what is that looking like? In the home, outside of the home, period.
Period. They ask
Period.
you not to work. Period.
So no working from home either.
No, no working from home. What if they ask you not to work? Period.
Well, this is a if game. We are playing the if game. And I can answer according to the if game. If my husband asks me that, okay, babe, I'm sure you're making enough money to hold down the fort. And if you are, I promise you, I'm opening up an account that doesn't have your name on it because my mother didn't raise no fool. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I will stay home. I don't need to make any money. if it means that much to my husband, but he better be making enough money to take care of everything plus. What is that plus? Enough for me to put money away in a account without his knowledge. Don't talk to me about, well, wait a minute. No, I'm telling you the truth. Because if the man decide to leave, I'm going to have some money to agree with him. Go ahead, because I'm straight financially. And that's
Okay,
going to be enough money for me to start my business, because I'm going to tell you something. I will not put myself in a position where I cannot come up from that water that I will be drowning in. I cannot do that. I don't see it. I don't know how to be that person. But if I can look like that person, but I promise you, I'm going to have an account, because you don't want me to make money from home either. This is foolishness now. And so, okay, I'll say yes, but you better be making enough money so that I can put this money away. 'Cause I'm not, oh my God, that's
o-
painful.
okay. So you're saying you would put money away?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but isn't that like taking from your own husband?
No, I'm
Because,
saying the money he give me, baby, the money he give me.
but
That's
what if
not,
he ain't giving you no money?
well, we dead already. We're dead people walking.
I mean, some men feel like they should be in control of everything, the
You can be in
money,
control.
the bills, and everything else.
I don't
So
know how to
what
be
if
her.
that man said to you, "You can't work,"
Okay.
and then he controls the checkbook, so you're not able to put up any money? What you gonna do?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm glad we're here. All right, here goes. Now, as smart as I am, that I would have had to ask that question before marriage. Because if you want to act that way after marriage, it's going to be a short one, baby. I promise you that. I
So
promise you. I am not doing that.
I know that's right, Auntie. You got to take your time. So if y'all don't see Auntie's comment, let me put it up. Take the
She
time to
said
know each
exactly what I
other's
said.
expectations before the vow. And that's the problem nowadays. Like,
It
people do
is
not
hard.
take the time to learn one another, or any of the expectations. But like, say for me, I'm always going to find some way to make an income. I'd rather be a helpmate than a hurtmate. Um,
I'd rather
Point
be a
blank,
bad
period.
person than to wait
And
on
then
me.
not only that, but I have a child, and so my child is my priority. And if you get to acting up tomorrow, I gotta be able to leave and take care of my child. Period.
Exactly.
So I just can't see myself being submissive to not being able to work. Period.
Let's
Now,
ask Tracy, what does she mean with her comment? She says, I don't want nobody control of me. Read that. It went away. Let me go back and get it. She doesn't want anyone to take control over her but God. Yeah, that's what she says. So are you saying control and submit is the same in your opinion, Traisha? Because I'm not sure where that control come from. As a husband, um my guy, when he becomes my husband, to submit to him is not that he's controlling anything.
but I just want to be clear. You are saying that there's stipulations then on being submissive, because if he doesn't want you to work and you don't have any income, then what you gonna do? You still submitting?
Like I said, which Auntie Vaughn said it better than I said it. We would have talked about this prior, and that is what I have the yes or the no to sign for that. Babe, can you do this for me? Will you marry me, first of all? And can you be the wife to me and for me who would do this, that, and the other, stay home, don't make any money outside nor inside of our home? Heck no. No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna say like
So I'm
this.
not his wife at that time, right? I'm not his wife. I don't have to
Okay,
speak to anything and anyone that is not my husband. So him asking me, I have the right to say yes or no. And I say no.
okay. So I have seen many times that men will say one thing, and then the moment you sign a piece of paper, everything that was said before has gone out the window.
And that
Whether
is
you've
true.
asked the right questions or not, it seems like somehow when you sign that piece of paper, everything that y'all had talked about and discussed somehow goes out the window. So, which is why I had initially started with saying, okay, I don't know if I can be submissive, especially when you have some people who they're committing to you and signing on a dotted line saying that they want to be married to you, but then they want to bring in other people into your bedrooms or they want a polyamorous relationship.
Okay. I see what the challenge is here with this entire conversation. Um and it's me, I'm sure it's me. I think I'm struggling. I think I'm struggling a little bit. Okay, I'll tell you where my mind is. When we're talking about a marriage, we're talking about a marriage I said yes to. You're talking about a marriage that you would agree to. And everyone else also is talking about a marriage that they would agree to. So what I would agree to may look different. Okay. However, I was married. I did agree to this, that, and the other. And things happen. I'm no longer married. So, yeah, that means something happened. Two people didn't agree at some point in that marriage. Okay. And so I'm sure he can say, well, I didn't sign up for this, just as well as I can say I didn't sign up for that. And so it wasn't so much that, okay, I'm just not going to stay in this marriage. I don't want to submit to you anymore, blah, blah, blah. What it was, I was no longer, um, let me see, what's the best way I can say it? You remember in the Bible where was that uh, Peter that was on water? And Jesus told him to walk, and he did. As long as he had his eye on Jesus, he was fine. But when he took his eye off the Lord, he fell. That was what our problem was at the end of the day. And so if I did not fall, if my husband at the time did not fall, we would be married today and it would have been longer than 17 years. So it wasn't that, well, because he said this to me or did this to me, I'm going to leave him and vice versa. People have gone through many things in their marriage and still together today. So, yes, we both sign an agreement, and later on, something else happened that we didn't sign up for, but we were still in the marriage for the long haul. But when we took our eye off God, I really believe that, Ms. Leda. And when we took our eye off God, we had a whole mess. And thank God we had enough sense to know we don't want to hurt these children by making a whole lot of noise for many of years after we realized, you know what? Bye. Bye. So yeah, it happens. We do sign up for something we did not sign up for actually. I say yes to something pleasant. That is not the real world.
Okay, but
I
like I said, I'm being realistic and I'm looking at the things that are going on and transpiring now.
You have to not do that.
I I, I have to do that because as a
Okay.
person who is not married,
Have
I'm
you
not
ever
trying.
been?
Hold
Don't
on,
answer it if you don't.
wait. As a person who is not married, I'm not entering into a marriage with any type of polyamorous anything or
When
any
does this polyamorous
hold
becoming
hold
in, friends
can
and
let me
neighbors?
finish. I'm not entering into any type of polyamorous anything, and I'm not sharing my bedroom. Nowadays that is what a lot of people are in agreement with.
But why do
And
we have to go there in our conversation? Because I'm confused. Why do we
because
go on there and
you
start
are
it?
being submissive to your husband and you're saying, okay, this is what I'm able to do for my husband.
Okay.
And so you're in a relationship and then they want a girlfriend on the side
Okay.
and they live in the same household. This is
Oh,
something that transpires on a daily basis.
okay. Daily can be in other people's home. However, in my home, no. In your home, you also said no. So we cannot bring in the shenanigans that are happening outside into our home. And that's
But that
wrong.
is what I'm telling you, that normally when people sign that piece of paper, things are totally different. So they may have said they believed in monogamy as long as you guys were dating and you hadn't signed that piece of paper.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden they can get a wild hair up their behind and think, oh, well, I want a girlfriend. Will you be submissive and allow me to not only be married to you, but to bring in a girlfriend?
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay. I respect. Okay. Because this topic keeps coming into our conversation, I'm going to go there with you. This polyamorous stuff, this everything else that's going on in this world. So let's say if I was married right now, okay, and I called you, Miss Leda, and I'm serious now. If I'm calling anybody about my relationship, I'm serious. Although I'm not going to do that because I don't believe in it, but we're playing the if game. Miss Leda, I'm hurting, well, not, no, that sounds too. Okay, I'm going through something and I just need advice. Okay. This and that, my neighbor was telling me about what was going on in her marriage, and her husband had this woman and that other woman on the side, and all of this was going on. And I was talking to my husband. You see, I'm starting to get on your nerve. I'm sure it's starting to not make sense. But Miss Leda, you're there for me, I hope. And my neighbor was saying these things, and I was just feeling bad for her. And so I went to my husband and I told him, babe, this is what my neighbor is saying. And then my friend is going through something similar. My sister maybe is going through something similar. And my cousin. What would you say to me with all this noise I'm bringing to my husband? Would you ask me to pray, or would you tell me, well, I don't see anything wrong with you talking to your husband about what's going on in your neighbor's house, what's going on in your sister's house, what's going on in your cousin's house? What would you say to me as a married woman? I'm curious because we keep talking about the polyamorous stuff and what's going on in this world, which has nothing to do with me or you directly.
But
And you're
what I'm
no,
saying, if we're gonna
you're
talk
not.
about the topic, we're gonna talk about everything. And
And we are.
nowadays,
And we are.
and and that is a part of the world nowadays.
And we are. And that's why it brought me to this question. I called you as a friend, Miss Leda, and I'm asking you, if you will, answer the question, please, if you will. What would you say to me? I'm a wife now.
I mean, some things you don't have to discuss with your husband in regards to.
Exactly. But you're discussing it with me. Would you discuss it with your husband to tell him this is what's going on in this world? This is reality. Polyamorous relationships are real. I don't want this going on. Why would you talk to your husband about that? You should have been talking to your fiance or your friend before you said I do. So we had already talked about that. So now in my
Okay,
marriage, I don't want to talk to my husband about things that doesn't pertain to us. Polyamory was already talked about before I said I do. And that's where
okay.
some of us go
Let,
wrong. It,
no, let's
I'm
be
almost
clear.
finished.
Like I said,
I'm
a
almost
lot of
finished.
times you have a lot of people who, once you sign the dotted line, everything that you said before I do has gone out the window.
If it goes out of the window, not saying that it will or have to. Because I'm gonna tell you, ladies, I'm gonna tell you. Let's say if it's absolutely true that it will happen in your relationship. Okay. I forgot my point.
Okay, so I have seen multiple women.
I can't go with
Um,
that, Ms. Lita. It's what
what?
does that have to do with you though? We can talk about it, but it doesn't mean that that is going to be in your marriage. And if
Okay,
there's a shadow of a doubt, well, that's what I wanted to say. If there's a
uh,
shadow of a doubt, lady, that whatever's going on out here in this world, if you think it's going to happen in your household, you got to ask yourself, are you smart to say yes to a man who you believe what is going on in this world is going to happen in your house? Because if you say yes, please don't call me your friend because I'm not going to want to counsel you. I'm not
okay.
going
So
to.
what I'm
Doesn't
trying
make
to
sense.
get you to understand is, like, I have seen people who are married and they have different religious backgrounds, and so
No
one,
problem.
I mean, it
Equally yoked. Also, another problem.
okay, but it has happened
It
before.
has, and it still is, and it still will.
Okay, and so there has been people who have gotten married and the husband can be Muslim and they're Christian.
Also, a problem. But go ahead.
Okay, but you keep saying it doesn't have anything to do with me, but I'm just being honest in regards to.
It doesn't
Oh,
because you're
can you
talking.
let me finish my thought
Oh,
before?
sorry. Let me
Can
close
you
my
let
mic.
me can
I'm
you
going to
let me
close my mic. Go
can,
ahead. I'm listening to you.
okay. So again, like I say, no, it doesn't have anything to do with me. But I'm being realistic because nowadays you have a lot of these people who want to have their cake and eat it too. And I agree with Miss Carmilla when she said, if I was married, I wouldn't be talking to my friends about my marriage. Yeah, you don't ever talk to anybody outside about your marriage, point blank period. Nah, one thing I don't do, talk to my marriage to my friends. I know that's right. But to my mom, yes, all day. I agree with you, Queen Rose. But like I said, as a single woman, for me, I'm looking at everything that goes on in this world. And so, excuse me, we can say we are monogamous all day long, but you don't know what is going to transpire in that person's head later on down the line. That's all I'm saying. Some of these people change whenever you sign on a dotted line. So, what was okay when you were dating and that was your fiance could possibly change when you've been married for XYZ amount of time. That's all I'm saying. I'm just being realistic because you see this quite frequently. There is tons of people who wants polyamorous relationships, which is why I'm asking if you're submissive to your husband, as you're saying, and your husband comes and says he wants a girlfriend on the side, are you submissive by saying,
Okay,
uh
that's another question. That's another question.
okay, but it's still all in the same thing. That's all I'm asking you.
Okay.
Because I'm not in agreement with that. I'll be out. I'm
Okay.
chucking up
I'm
deuces.
with
I'm
you.
not
I'm
being
out.
submissive to none of that.
I'm out. Yes. Because we have to get okay. If if that was a direct question, I'd say no to that. No. I don't want I'm very territorial. Okay. I want my husband to myself as his director is God. And I would have known that prior to. People can also look like they are or sound like they are for God and could be the devil.
Okay, so let me
However,
stop you. Hold on, let me stop you right there. You said you would have known all of that beforehand.
before
You
what? Wait a minute. Before
before
you
marriage. Okay,
know
so
what? That's not specific enough. I'm sorry. I don't understand.
you said you would have known before marriage
I'm
if they
talking
wanted.
about if he No, that's not what I know what you're getting ready to say. I would have known that he wanted a second woman in our relationship before marriage. That's not possible for me to know that. It's not possible for me to know that. I can only say yes to whatever he asked me. Do you want to have kids? Do you want to live in a house or an apartment? Do you want this or that? I can only say yes to things or no to things he asked me. However, if he wants to add on some things that I didn't say yes to or we never discussed and I'm against it, I cannot foresee those things. So if he does do those things that are against my belief and my wants and desires, that's another situation. That's another situation. And if it's of evil, I'm not submitting to evil. I'm going to tell the world this. I'm not submitting to evil, period. And God gives us a way out. He gives us an exit door. And this exit door is open to any adulterous situation because if I'm marrying one man who asked me to marry him alone, and I ask any man over the phone, any friends, any acquaintances I have had over the phone, just out of curiosity, I'm not that doggone shy. You understand? And some guys said, yeah, with my girlfriend, yeah, I would like to have a polyamorous. I was like, ooh, didn't I dodge a bullet with that one? It's a no for me. So if you want to bring that trashy stuff in my relationship, in our relationship, that is not what I agreed to upon. That is evil. I will pray against it. And if that's what you want to do, go right ahead. That is adulterous, and I will say no to it. I'm not following no man to that's going to, no, just a no.
And like I said, I agree with what you're saying. But for example, I know a young lady who knows this gentleman has a wife, but she's okay with being the girlfriend. And I do not
I can't do it.
agree with that at all.
No.
Um, and so it can be an adulterous situation where they're cheating or whatever. So Traisha said the only one who I'm talking about my marriage is God and Jesus and the word because it can change things for good and the best for us.
Now y'all got to be careful when y'all talk like that because I'm going to tell you something about some women on this YouTube platform. Okay. We are here in this space here. That doesn't mean that people don't follow you elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we can say something. And so let me use myself as an example. If I say, Miss Leda, I wouldn't talk to, all due respect. It's just, okay, an example now. I wouldn't have a conversation with you about my relationship.
I don't
And
know what part. Hold on one second. I don't know what part Queen Rose. So I don't know what you missed, babe. I'm sorry. Now what you say, Leslie?
okay, this is just an example, okay? So if I were to say this to you, Miss Leda, I wouldn't discuss my relationship with you with all due respect. And I have not spoke about my relationship to anyone else. Now, Miss Leda may think to herself, hold on now. Now I follow some YouTubers, some content creators that Leslie had followed, and she said plenty in the comments about her relationship. So then hold on now. So I'm telling a few, well, not a few strangers. I told a whole lot of people some things about my relationship in the comments times maybe 5 different content creators. So we can't really say I'm only going to talk to God about my relationship if we have done more than that. If we have spoken in any way about our relationship in any form of fashion, any platform, any social, you know what I'm saying? Any social media, any text form, any phone calls, any emails, If we said anything about our significant other on any platforms, then we cannot honestly say we will only talk to God about our relationship. Doesn't, no.
I
Nope.
mean, I understand what you're saying because yes, that contradicts what you're saying.
And I'm
If
reading this contradiction. I can't help it. I just like to be honest. I'm not trying to attack anyone, but I'm just
okay,
saying
so
it's the
like I,
only way real if we
all,
can be
all
real.
I can say, Queen Rose, to answer your question, baby, I have no idea what I said. I'm sorry, but I probably said something along the lines, in regards to friends, I just feel like you shouldn't involve friends in your personal
No,
business, and
no.
then really you should minimize what you actually tell your family in regards to your
I'm not telling
relationship,
my family nothing.
because the moment you get into a fight or you have a problem and you tell your family member, the only thing that they're going to see from there on out is the fact that you had a disagreement, y'all got
Mm-hmm.
into a fight, and you talk to them about XYZ,
Mm-hmm.
and they not gonna see anything else pertaining to your husband. Y'all could have
Mm-hmm.
patched it up or whatever, and they not gonna see anything in regards to y'all making your marriage work. They just gonna remember the bad that you
The
said.
bad.
So period.
That's why I don't do
Um, and with girlfriends, I just feel like I'm never going to sit and have a conversation with a girlfriend
no.
in regards to my man, because one, if you say, "Oh, your man is a provider, he lay it down," all of that, then that heifer gonna be the main one to go try your man, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not going for that.
Nope.
So, no, no, I'm just point blank no. Thank you,
Camilla,
God.
I
I
did
don't talk
read you.
about relationship and social media or um I
I
know
know
that's
it's
right, Queen
right.
Rose.
Oh yeah.
You know, I have minimized what I actually say in regards to my relationship on YouTube, because people scrutinize what you say and they take it and run with it. And so, that's just something that I'm not willing to do. You can make an assumption all day long in regards to me and mine, but we only gonna tell you what we want you to know, and it's very limited, because at the end of the day, what goes on between us is between us. Period.
Amen to that. I do see your comment, Carmilla. I'm not going to talk to my family neither about my marriage. I don't blame you at all. They don't, what can they do? Like, they're just going to be negative. And I'm not, listen, if you call me, Leslie, this is what's going on in my relationship. Okay. I would say, listen, I already know you're not going to like me anyway after I advise you, because that's what the problem is. About 99.9% of the times, any woman who has ever called me does not like my response. And my response is this: do you think that it's okay that your husband or your boyfriend or your fiance can get on this line so he can defend himself? No. Then I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you about this, because what you're not going to do is talk to me for 2 hours, 3 hours about this man that you have married. Okay. And you don't want him to be on this phone to tell me his side. So, what do you want me to do? Hear your side of the story for 2, 3 hours. And you could add some lies there. Just because you and I are friends 20 plus years, that doesn't mean that you don't lie. All right. I may not have caught you in a lie, but the Bible say the mere fact that the Bible say we all do lie, I believe it. Okay. Have you ever told your child or your nephew, your niece, somebody is at the door, tell them I'm not at home? That's a lie. Is it not? It is. So I'm not going to be on the phone with any woman, and I don't expect you to be on the phone with me about my guy telling you this and that without him being able to defend himself. Okay? That's why I don't let anybody talk to me about my guy. If he cannot defend himself, I have no words for you, and you have no words for me. So no, nobody wants to talk to Leslie Hill about their guy because I'm going to ask you in the beginning. Is it okay that your guy can, I can talk to you and him at the same time? If it's a no, I don't want to talk to you.
I don't care if it's him and her together. I ain't discussing somebody else's
No,
relationship.
because it's called a coaching. You can pay me for coaching if I have that as a service. You can pay me. Both of you can pay me. I'm not gonna be wasting my time because what you're gonna do is you're gonna hear from me and you're gonna keep talking and talking and talking. You're gonna go right back with him and what had just taken place. A whole lot of nothing. Wasted time that I don't have.
Okay, so I do have a question for you, and you probably gonna be frustrated, but you'll be all right.
No, I'm gonna
Okay,
see. I'm gonna be frustrated.
okay. So there was a young lady who was on here, and I don't know if you was on here at the time that we had our conversation, but she has said that she is African, and her husband was married to her and her sister.
Okay.
They were sister wives.
Oh, okay.
And so, like I say, I that's why I asked the question, are you being submissive if you're in the marriage and they want to marry the sister wives and everything else?
Okay, that's a okay. I'm waiting. Are you finished?
Go ahead.
Okay, I believe I remember that situation. So with that one, that's a different kind of scenario because of the obvious. We're talking culture, we're talking beliefs, we're talking whatever was going on before she entered that marriage. And in that scenario, in order for her to be a sister wife, she had to say yes. There was a wife before her. She said yes. If it was a situation which there may have been where she felt coerced or something, or that she felt like she had to say yes, that's another scenario. Why did she have to say yes? And you got to understand now, we're only hearing from her, we're not hearing from them. So I don't know the whole truth. And um in my relationship, the culture is not the same. People think that because someone is living in a different part of the world than you are, that type of stuff happens 100% of the time with 100% of the people in that part of the world. And so I'll just say it where it makes sense to everybody. My guy is in Africa. And unfortunately, many people that I have talked to, like many people that I have talked to about anything that they're curious about, they think because he's African, because he's on the African continent, he is someone that has sister wives, many wives. It is not the culture. It is, however, his religion. It's the religion that makes them feel that they have the right to have more than one wife. A Christian says no. Muslim, I can't speak for them. I won't do that. But a lot of times they say yes. They rather have more than one wife. But a
Oh,
Christian is a Christian who knows no.
okay. So is your guy a Christian?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and we talk about God, and not that I'm shoving God down his throat. Oh, we're going to talk about him Monday, Sunday through Saturday. No. Thank God he's someone who likes and loves to talk about God because that's my favorite subject. And I don't overpower him in a conversation and say, oh, this is who God is. I have a question or two or three or four or 100 or 1 million. I said with a soft tone because what you don't want to do is fight. What you don't want to do is convince the world, oh, I believe God is this and so. And so I'm going to fight you and I'm going to fight the rest of the world who come to me contrary to what I believe. Okay, well then you're gonna die alone. I know that sounds like somebody that we know that just recently passed, but it's true. We can't go out here in this world acting like that. That we know all. We don't. But what I do know is he said he's a Christian. I believe him not by what he says so much, not by what he says so much. I pay attention. Christians, we fall all the time. That doesn't mean he's not going to make mistakes. It doesn't mean that. But what I'm not going to do is create a problem because somebody else have this polyamorous relationship going on, because on the African continent so many Muslims decide to have more than one wife. That doesn't mean that I have to bring it into my relationship with a conversation about it. I have nothing else to talk to that man who's going to be my husband about a second wife. What I told him is enough. I told him that for the few couple years in our relationship. If you decide to bring another woman along, it's going to be -1, and I'll happily go to jail. And I know you all know what I mean. He understands. I will hurt somebody, and okay, that's all I got to say on that. You don't do that and shock me with that. You didn't ask me in the beginning. And so if that's what you want to do, then hey, what could I really do? And I don't want to react because reacting, somebody can get hurt. But I'm not going to be happy and I'm not staying and I'm not submitting to no trash. That's trash. Not.
All right, Glenn, what's up? So give me
How
your
y'all
thoughts.
doing?
How
Can
you
y'all hear
doing,
me?
Glenn?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you doing? How everybody in chat doing?
Woo! I am well over here. I'm
How
very
you doing?
passionate, y'all.
How you doing, Miss Leda?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, Leslie?
I am good. How you doing?
So no, I'm gonna be nice today. So give me the rundown. What's going on?
You
We're
know.
talking about, can a woman nowadays be submissive in a marriage? And I mean, I feel like a woman can be submissive, but then also you gotta
Leda.
wonder what. Wait,
I knew that was going to happen, but go ahead.
you got to ask, questions in regards to what are you being submissive to? Because you know how they have polyamorous relationships, and you can be submissive and be in a relationship, and then all of a sudden they want to have a girlfriend or whatever, or to have threesomes and all of that. So
So what's the reason why you want to be submissive? Why you got to have? You need to have a. I mean, if you're in a marriage, you need to have a reason why. It could be a lot of reasons though, right,
That is
Leda?
true, although not everybody, want to hear nor agree with the question you asked, but I get it.
Well,
That's a
what?
good question, as a
I
matter of
mean,
fact.
so
you you breaking up,
I
Glenn?
mean,
Oh,
so hold on. Can you hear me now?
yeah,
Yes.
Hello.
yeah.
Okay, so I mean, things just don't happen all of a sudden though. It's a
Okay.
reason for
So
everything.
so when they saying being submissive, like for Christians or people who read their Bible frequently, that is part of being in the Bible. Like, a wife is supposed to be submissive to her husband.
Mm, we all sin.
We do.
So that's
um,
why we were having the conversation. And like I was telling her, unfortunately, some people, as soon as you sign that dotted line, everything that you talked about and said before you signed that dotted line kind of goes out the window. They on their own thing because what you say? Hello?
no, I'm listening. Yeah,
So
Okay,
like
well, I have decided to
can y'all hear
go
me?
into. Oh, go ahead,
yeah,
Glenn.
I can hear you.
No, you ain't going nowhere, Leslie.
Oh, okay. I've decided.
Don't run now.
Okay, I have decided to go into my marriage one with the open mind that this world is not easy. It's hard out here. But whatever is happening out there doesn't, every single thing that's happening outside in this world around us doesn't necessarily have to happen under our rooftop. It doesn't. And so I rather go in with trust. I don't want to go in with those issues that I had prior to. I had a lot of trust issues. I did. And that was because I created things in my mind and told myself that my husband was doing those things. And it was a lie.
Okay,
It was a
so
lie.
let me read what Queen Rose says. Understandable. I'm more of an actions speak louder than words to me. I can trust what comes out of the mouth, but actions come a long way,
Yes,
respectfully. And
respectfully.
I
Yes,
agree.
I
I
agree with that.
completely agree. But like I say, we've had a young lady on the platform before, and she unfortunately, that was part of her culture for her husband to be able to have more than one wife. And so she had a sister wife. And so nowadays that is a situation.
Yeah, Miss Leda, but who was the second wife now? Was she the first or was she the second? You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, when people in their relationships, we don't have the whole facts. We don't have the whole story. We just have her portion. And she only gave us a snippet of what that is. And so I don't have enough for me to even speak about the little bit that she said. One, if she's okay with it, that means she will stay in it. She will stay in that relationship.
She's
If
still
she
in
was
the
the
relationship.
okay, so if she was the second wife, then a lot of questions can be asked. Does that mean it was okay with you that you're marrying this guy? If it was okay, okay, good. You know, I'd rather not starve. I'll tell you that. I'm not saying I'd rather
Okay.
do that because I'm not sharing nobody. Let's go. Let's keep that in mind. I'm not sharing no man. I don't give a darn.
And
I know.
again,
Well, let me say it this way. I'm sorry, Glenn. Let me say it this way. I am not entering into a relationship knowing I am sharing him. However, is it possible that I am sharing him and I'm unaware of it? Yes, it is possible. However, I just want to be clear. I am not entering into a relationship if I know that I will be sharing him. And I'm not going to allow myself to believe that he is a cheater or that he will cheat after I am married, or else I would have never gotten married in the first place. I was
wait,
married
wait, wait,
17
wait, 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 wait.
years.
Wait. Say that again.
What did it sound like I said? Sorry. I said I'm not marrying a man, Miss Lita, who I believe that later on in our relationship, if I believe it now, later on in our relationship, he will cheat. I'm not. However,
I'm listening to you. However, what? Leslie? Okay, I don't know what happened to Leslie. And yeah, I definitely want her to complete her thought. So,
can y'all hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know y'all couldn't hear me any longer. I believe what I said was I am not going to agree to marry a man if I believe. Now, I have to believe it now. If I believe that further down the line he will cheat, that's a no.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. I just feel like that's not realistic. I mean, you go into a marriage believing that nobody would cheat and that y'all would be monogamous and that y'all would be 100% faithful. But if you believe they would cheat, you wouldn't enter into the relationship. I just don't feel like that's realistic because anything can happen.
So you saying I should enter the relationship without trust?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm
That's it.
saying
That is what you're saying.
no, no, it's not.
It's just
No,
not
that's not what I'm
realistic.
saying. What I'm saying is realistically, I'm not going to sit there and say that, I'm not going to enter into a relationship if I feel like my man is going to be cheating on me. I mean, everybody feels like
I'm
somebody
saying
may
if
cheat
you
at some
believe
point
it.
in time.
Let me ask you this. This is okay. I think what's happening right here, I'm being misunderstood. So let me ask you this. Now, I don't even like to really use us as an example anyway. So are you saying that if a man asks you, we're just pretending like you are absolutely single. If a man asks you to marry him, are you saying that it's not realistic for you to say that, okay, if okay, so you might cheat on me, you're thinking to yourself, you're thinking all this over. So the man might cheat on me 1 year from now. That is realistic, but why do we have to be so negative about going into this relationship with the idea, the thoughts, the conversation, the sidebar? Because you can talk to your friends about that, you can talk to yourself about that and say, I believe he will cheat on me maybe 1 year in.
Okay, first
If
off,
if you
no,
believe
no,
that,
you
hold on a
you're
second.
you're
If
you don't
you
you don't have
believe
what I'm saying correct. So before you even finish that thought, like that's not what I'm saying. You're saying that you wouldn't get married if you believed that man would cheat. I'm saying that's not realistic. What
that
I'm
is
saying
realistic
is,
because I rather trust him in the beginning.
okay, but
I
what
don't believe in my
that's
heart of heart. I don't believe he would cheat. Could he? Yes, of course. Come on now. I'm not stupid. Yes, he could cheat. But if I'm going to say yes to marriage now, if I'm going to say yes to marriage, I have to, Miss Leda, I have to go in wholeheartedly believing it would only just be he and I in this relationship, or else I cannot marry him. I can't. And that takes a lot of training, not so much marital training. It takes a lot of what do I believe in the promises that God gave, that God has written, He left for all of us. Do I believe that I can have a healthy relationship? Of course, I believe that. If I want to doubt it, I promise you, I will call my fiance up now and say, you know what? Let's just stop it right now because I have trust issues. I don't want to be with you, can't be with you because I got trust issues and I'm not willing to fix it nor work on it. Boom, it's over. I have to go into a relationship that I want now, that I want wholeheartedly with trusting him. I don't have any problems with trusting my man. What the problem is outside whispers, girl, please, if that were me. And it's not even people I talk to about my relationship. Leslie, are you still in a relationship with so and so? Yes, girl, please. If that was me, I would have cheated on his behind. Did I ask you that? And that's why I don't have such friends. That's why I don't have people around me talking this negative stuff. And I'm asking them, so you saying that you're a cheater? No, I'm not saying that. Yes, you are, because you said that if that was your man, you would have cheated on him because of the distance that are between us. So you're a cheater. And I don't hate people, but I hate cheaters. And I hate when people talk to me about they love to cheat or they want to cheat or they don't see cheating is wrong. I don't have such friends. And I don't waste my time talking to such people.
okay, but what you said that I said was incorrect. I just said I feel that it's not realistic because anybody can cheat at any given point in time. That's
That's
not,
true.
and so I'm not going into a marriage saying, "Oh yeah, my man is definitely gonna cheat on me at some point in time."
I sure
That's not
wouldn't.
that's not my thought process, and I'm not a negative person like that. But what I am saying that I'm being realistic that anything can happen at any point in time. Hey, Queen Rose, how you doing, hon?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes,
you
how are
well,
you?
baby.
I'm good. How y'all ladies doing?
I'm
I'm
good. I'm
doing
good.
good over here.
That's good.
What that?
Miss Leslie, respectfully, can you run that to me one more time
Which part, huh?
about the trust and cheating?
Okay, what I said was this. Okay, so I want a healthy relationship, which means I must go into that relationship wholeheartedly trusting this man. If I don't, why are we here?
Okay, I agree. You have to go in a relationship with trust. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
when it comes to cheating, you never know when a man is going to cheat.
And,
Understand?
and, I,
Because
and I'm not
temptations
a
are out
fool
there.
to say otherwise. I
Yeah.
would never say that a man would not. What I would say is that I rather go into this relationship being open minded and positive. I would say, however, that you are guilty until you prove yourself, not to the world that you're guilty, because I care less about what the world thinks. I say you are innocent until you prove yourself to me that you're guilty.
Okay, understandable. Because I thought I was hearing wrong. Because I was like, wait. Because
No, I
you know,
think
you have to have trust in order
you
to
have
build
to
a
have
relationship and a
trust.
marriage.
You have to
Yes.
have trust. And I think that and I can blame I can say it was me that I just wasn't making myself clear enough when I said and this is what I mean. So I'll try it again.
Now I understand you. I was just kind of confused. I said, wait, I can get up there and see what she's trying to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I'm like, I don't know what you had said, but I was just like, okay.
Yeah, because it
Mm-mm.
made reasonable. You have to have trust in a relationship to order to grow the relationship. Because if you don't got
Exactly.
trust,
You
you
have
don't got
to.
you don't have trust in a relationship. That's a failed relationship from the beginning.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what
Yes, I'm
I
okay, Miss Carmela. Thank you, my dear.
what I kept trying to get you to explain, like I say, no woman goes into a marriage or into a relationship saying, "Oh, he gonna cheat on me."
I
But
didn't say that, and I wouldn't say that.
what when I said you weren't being realistic by saying that if I believe he's going to cheat on me at some point, like you wouldn't know that.
No, no, no. I'm saying with my mouth. I would not use my mouth to say before I get married to this man, I believe that he will cheat on me out a year in or so. If I believe that, Miss Leda, I'm not marrying him because I just told you why. Because I don't trust him. If I say that out loud or whisper to myself that before I marry this man, that I believe he's going to cheat on me later on, I cannot marry him.
But again, like
And
I
I believe
say,
that's what I said the first
again,
time. I
to
said
me,
that.
that's not being realistic
No,
because
that's being without trust. That's going into a marriage that I don't have trust, that I have trust issues. Oh, yes. Why would I marry a man after believe, if I believe, oh my God, this man gonna marry me, he's gonna cheat on me later on. Why would I go down the aisle with such a man then? So when I married my first husband, when I married him, I promise you, I didn't tell myself, I know he's gonna cheat on me. I knew that it was possible that he could, but I didn't tell myself that I know that he would because I trusted him. I trusted him. I didn't say silly things to myself. Oh man, I already know he's going to cheat on me. Why would I marry him then? That would be ignorant of me to do so.
I think what you're saying it kind of contradicts what you're
Okay, tell me
saying,
what
and
part.
so because you're saying that if you thought that he would cheat, and what I'm saying is anybody will cheat. You just never know at any given point in time. Like I
That's not
say,
a
it's a
contradiction. That's a
possible.
fact.
Hold on. It's a possibility that anybody will cheat. And so you know that's like saying you said that you understand there's a possibility that anybody can cheat.
Yeah.
And so if you're being realistic and you're saying that you know that anybody can cheat, But at the same point in time, if you know that they're going to cheat, then you're not going to get married. Like
No,
you
that's two
never.
different things, Miss Leda.
That,
That's two
but that's
different
what
things.
you said. That's what I'm saying. It's contradicting. So that's where I'm lost at. I'm trying to figure out because
I'm
there's a.
trying to figure out a better way that I can say this. Okay, so the possibility is always there, right? With
Mm-hmm,
all of us. With all of us.
right.
Okay. Does it mean that I am going to cheat on my husband just because I could? I could cheat, but I'm not going to. Is it possible that I could? Of course it is. I'm human. But I know that I'm not. I'm not going to cheat. So possibly a possible cheater doesn't make that person guilty. Who's saying that the person is guilty? So, okay, so a known there is a possibility that this man can cheat on me. Is that true or not?
It's a possibility anybody can cheat on
Okay,
anyone.
so that makes it true. It's possible that he could if he wanted to. Okay, he's not afraid of me. He can do what he wants to do. Just like I'm not afraid of him, I can do what I want to do. I'm afraid of God. That's what keeps me from cheating in the first place. So let's get back to the subject at hand. I mean, to the matter at hand. So it's possible that he could cheat. I'm saying that with all honesty right now. What I also said is going into the marriage, if I were to say that I know, because possibly, and I know for a fact, it's two different things. If I were to tell myself I know for a fact this man is going to cheat, it's stupid for me to just marry him. Knowing for a fact, like I say, knowing for a fact, if I believe that for a fact he would cheat, I would not marry him. However, I have the right to say, which not is not a contradiction to what I said. I said that if it is that it's possible that any of us can cheat. Is it possible that he could cheat? Yes, it is possible. It's possible. However, do I believe he's a cheater? No, I don't. People don't go to jail. Like, if let's say if we were to follow the law, like really follow the law, and justice was blind. People are not to be condemned because they look a certain way and they look guilty, but they look like they're a possible thief or a possible cheater. Or should they go to jail because they're a known cheater? This person did do the act, so therefore he's wrong for that. I would be wrong to say, okay, well, I knew he was going to cheat on me before I married him. It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to marry somebody that I know is going to cheat on me. Will I marry somebody who can possibly cheat on me? Of course, because we're all doing it. We don't know. There's a possibility that he will or that he would. As long as it's a possibility, it's different from a fact that he would.
Okay, I say we move on from this portion, and go back to the submissive because there, I just feel like it's some confusion and some contradictory. So I don't want to keep harping on the same thing and staying in
I
that
think if I put it in the
when there's
text
other things
message,
to
it
discuss.
might make sense better. It might make more sense if I put it in a text message that a known cheater is different from a possible cheater. I'm not
Okay, but
saying
even a known cheater can change later on down the line. So
I'm not
again,
waiting on you to change. If you're a known cheater, I'm not marrying you. If you're a known cheater, I'm not marrying a known cheater.
okay, but what I'm saying is they could have cheated in the past in their past relationships and they didn't cheat on you. So they're a known cheater. So you're not going to take the time to get to know that person because of their
No, I
past.
suggest you not be a fool to tell me that you are a known cheater because I'm not taking a chance with you. So no, no. And no man that I have married, I only married one. And I promise you, he didn't tell me of some past relationship he had and he cheated on the woman. I promise you, I would not have married that man. I'm not a fool. Not a fool. I would not have married him. So I suggest my man, and I didn't suggest to him. Leave it up to him. If he were to tell me, oh, I have cheated on all of the women I've been in a relationship, well, God bless you, sir. Bye. That's a no for me. Because some people just have this itching feeling that they have to do these type of things. And if you have cheated in all your relationships, your previous relationships, when have you decided to stop? When you met me? I say no, I wouldn't marry such a person. I would suggest you not. And I wouldn't ask the man, have you ever cheated on anyone? Well, I can't say that, to be honest. I did ask him, and he said no. Do I believe it? I think 50% I do. I think 50% I do. And that was a long time ago when I asked him that. I didn't even know that it was a possibility that I would get to this point to even talk about marriage with this man because I just didn't know. So
Okay.
there's certain questions that we can ask, but we don't have to ask 10 times to the same question to a man. Would you, or because they can get to the point where, wait a minute, do you trust me at all? Like you asked me this question because some men, they take inventory just like we take inventory. And we keep asking the same man the same question about the same thing, same fashion, same way. I don't know, Miss Leda. We might just be looking at a breakup.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that last part again.
I said we could be looking at a breakup if we're
No.
asking the same man the same question 10 times. I don't know what the question may be. And sometimes women may find the question of the day, are you cheating on me? How many times do we have to ask this same man, same question, are you cheating on me? If I have to ask the man, that means somewhere inside of me, I believe he is. And how many years am I supposed to be in a relationship with somebody that I believe is cheating on me? And I'm supposed to just ask, and he's going to keep saying, no, no, no. Come on now. I dealt with that in my own marriage. Are you cheating on me? No. Did I believe he was? Of course not. I felt like he was. And then I started to believe that he was. And where did the belief come from? Outside sources. Was it friends, family? No, it was the enemy who wanted me to believe that. And I did. I had no evidence. I had no evidence. And then he started believing the same about me. Why? Because we let the devil in our relationship. And so that's what I'm saying. We have to be careful. Things that are going on outside doesn't necessarily have to affect us on the inside. We just have to fight.
Okay, but I've never said that it would affect us on the inside. I said that we have to be realistic and that these are the things that are going on in the world right now.
Where is the world at in regards to your relationship? Where's the world? Are they inside your home or outside?
Okay, again, uh I'm being realistic and
Yeah.
yes, the world is outside.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
um we are all human and you never know what could possibly change.
He
And
never know
so
what could possibly change about you and what could possibly change about me. So I still want to get married. So should he just say no because the world is doing this and so?
that's not what I'm saying. What
No,
I'm
that's
saying,
why I said that we have to keep the outside out. I know what's
okay,
going on outside. Of course, more is going on out there, more than I even know in my imagination or think what's going on outside or
but
see
what
what's going
what you are missing is I'm saying that if we're going to talk about being submissive, would that be included in being submissive if you're married and then all of a sudden your husband now has expectations of being in a relationship with you and someone else?
Okay, so at the end of the day, my answer was no. And I also said that God, my answer to that was one, no. Okay. And then I said, I like to be real. Now, that submission is thrown out the door now because he brought up something that I didn't say yes to. It brings me discomfort. It's something that I'm against. And so if he wants to continue with that, he would be with that other woman and not me. So
And
therefore, that is no longer my job to be submissive because I'm supposed to be submissive to my own husband, not
and
my own husband and his sister wife. I mean, and his other wife, his third wife, his fourth wife. I don't see none of that.
and
And I'm
again, that's all that I was saying. You talking about bringing the world into it. I'm just letting you know that this is the kind of things that single women here deal with nowadays.
that's
And
true.
so you have to be realistic. And if we're going to chat about these things, then we got to chat about all of it.
And
And
we did. And we did. Remember, I said, okay, here we go. Let's do it. And we did. So, but at the end of the day, when it comes to this topic now, and we are married. You're married in this scenario. I am married in this scenario. Can we be submissive? And the answer cannot be in front of our husbands if the husband was in the room. If the husband was in the room, our answer cannot be something in regards to what's going on outside. Because if I were to talk like that in front of my guy, that would confuse him. Like, wait a minute, babe, we talked about submission. You said yes, and I said yes to you. So now you're saying if I answer in such a way, if he was in the room, I can be submissive. But things that are going on outside, well, things of that nature, that would make that man uncomfortable. It's either a yes or a no. However, the scenario will change if we putting something else inside of this relationship. My answer will change because the scenario changed. The topic has changed. You know what I'm saying? I can be submissive. I feel like yes, let's do this. I don't see it any other way. But then a year later, 2 years later, you talking about another woman coming into this relationship. Okay, topic, let's change. Okay, so then let me change my answer. No. I said yes at first, but now I have to say no because you're talking about is different, a second wife or another woman. So that is no.
again, that's all that I'm trying to point out. Like that took on a life of its own when that's it. Like I say, I was just being realistic that nowadays these are some of the things that we as women have to deal with because some men will bring up, oh well, bringing in another partner into the bedroom or the poly stuff. And like I say, so it's if we're going to have the chat, we have to chat about all of it, not just the things that we're comfortable with. And that is
Exactly.
why I had brought it up because this is things that are transpiring, not with just the young lady who shared her portion in regards to what she's doing with her relationship, but it's others. And so we have to figure out how we would handle the situation if we were approached with that type of situation. And so that's all that I was trying to bring out is unfortunately the world is not the same as it used to be, and this is what we deal with. And so, unfortunately, you can say you're not going to bring the outside into your relationship, but you work outside, you go shop outside, you deal with people on the outside. So, it's going to be some things that, unfortunately, is going to be brought from outside.
And that's true. And that's true. But I'm talking about that things that are going on outside that could bring strife on the inside. Example could be I'm coming home and I want to say, hey babe, guess what? My cousin, she said she was cheating on her husband, and I told her, "Girl, you better stop doing that." Blah blah blah. That is trash. That I would not bring into my marriage. Like I said, I've been married for 17 years, so I can't say that I am an expert. But what I can say is, you learn. You learn a whole lot of lessons. And it was a lot of things that I knew not to do in that marriage, that when the marriage was said and done, he came to me and he told me what he respect about me, and he wanted me back. That was like times four. I was already done. And even after that, he wanted me back because he saw a bigger picture when I was not there. You know what I'm saying? He saw the light when I was not there. But then, that's a different situation. That's a different story. But you still learn at the end of the day. And so what I did learn is, when that man comes into that home, or you are going home to that man, our husbands don't need to hear about other people's relationship. Hey, babe, guess who was cheating on who? No, 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 no. My guy is not a trash talking man. He doesn't talk to me about possible siblings cheating on their spouses or vice versa. He's just not like that. He's a man of quality, information in regards to how he want us to be people of God. And we talk about God. We talk about, and I'm all the way in. I'm all the way interested. And we don't always talk about God. We talk about God. Every conversation is not a whole hour. Sometimes it's 15 minutes. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. God is so good, isn't he? Babe, I'm going to pray for you. Oh, let's pray. Shoot, come on now. Let's pray. And we're praying. And I say what I have to say afterwards. And now we're talking about something else. We're talking about life, just things, anything that come to mind. And so if we want to talk to our husbands about outside things woo, that could start an argument, like somebody was cheating on somebody. And oh my God, there's a polyamorous relationships that are going on. We done already talked about polyamorous relationships. He said no, I said no, and I'm not going to be bringing up things that is going to prick the heart of him in a negative way. Like, you know what, babe, you've been talking about this throughout our relationship. Do you really? Do you want another guy in our relationship? Is that what you're trying to tell us? That's what I'm saying. We got to be careful with these conversations that we have with our guys. It's okay to have it here, but what's going on outside? Why can't we just leave it out there? I want peace in my home. I care 2 cents about what's going on next door. As long as whatever you're doing, it doesn't cause harm, hurt, or danger to my home, I don't care what you're doing out there. As a neighbor, I'm saying, as a neighbor, I don't care. My neighbors are closer than you think. I can hear my neighbor. But I'm not going to be on the phone talking to my guy about what the neighbor is doing, because he'll ask me. He had already told me. I said, babe, I want to help this lady in her relationship. This is what's going on. This is what he said, babe, mind your own business. I said, you know what, babe, you right. You right.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is, this is why I say you have contradicted yourself, because you've already had that outside conversation in regards to um that you would not be interested
No,
in a,
I said these type of things I talked about in the beginning of our relationship. I
and
didn't
that's
know that
what,
that man was going to be my husband. See, we're talking about two different things. I didn't know he was going to be my husband during that time, Miss Leda, and I'm still not married to him.
but that's what I'm saying. You had the conversation with him,
And I
so
agreed before, and I'm agreeing now. I did.
okay, and that's what I'm saying. So that's still bringing the outside in. You have to ask some of the things that take place on the outside in
Miss
order to establish your
Miss Leda,
boundaries
I
and what.
said with my husband,
uh,
then my fiance. When I marry him, I'm not going to be talking to my husband about other people's relationships because he already asked me to mind my own business. So did I ever talk to him about what's going on outside? Of course I have. We're getting to know each other. I didn't know that man was gonna possibly be my husband. Now that I know that he is, I'm not talking to him about nobody's relationship because I don't even care. You know
But
what I'm saying?
what you're missing, what I'm saying is you have to have the conversations about the things on the outside so that way you can establish expectations and what it is that you actually want in a relationship and to
Absolutely.
have boundaries, and then
Absolutely.
but that's all that I'm saying.
Absolutely. And I 100% agree with you, but I don't have to give a name to those things, the people who is involved with those things that's happening on the outside. So let's say if there's a woman who have two husbands in their home, we can talk about that and I can say, babe, I'm not interested in that kind of a relationship. But what I'm talking about, not bringing that into my home would be, oh, babe, there's a woman named Trina, um, or should I say, Wakanda. There's a woman named Wakanda. She got two men in her home, and their name is Brogan. I'm trying to mention some names that doesn't exist. Brogan and Brihan. Those are her husband's names. See, I'm giving name to these people, and now I'm bringing that trash into my home. Will I bring the scenario? Now we're talking about two different things because then I'm making up scenarios to make a point to this man that I like this or I don't like that. So we're talking about two different things here. We have to talk about these things so that we can make clear what it is that we want and what we don't want in our relationships. But what I'm talking about, not bringing the outside in, is trash talking because I can talk to him about what I see on this freaking internet. He don't care about what's going on this internet. He doesn't. So that would be bringing the outside in. I already know as my fiance he hates it. So when he becomes my husband, I already know. Don't do that. Don't do that because then I'll be giving him names of the people who are really involved. It makes it real life. This person is in a relationship with that person, and this is what's happening. He doesn't care about that stuff. Neither do I. So, however, we still got to talk about those things, but I don't have to give it names. I don't have to say the people's names is Leslie, Trina, or this other person. I don't have to do that. I can create the scenario so that we can understand each other. I like this, but I don't like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't when he comes here, I'm not gonna say boo. Lita is in a relationship with so and so and so and so and so and so. He gonna tell me to mind my own business because he doesn't care. And he's not a man like that. He don't care about what's happening in somebody else's household if it's negative. He want me to talk about positive. He don't even care. Like he likes the fact that I'm in this girls chat because he knows nobody is attacking me. If I were to tell him somebody is attacking me, he'll tell me, "Boo, keep the heck off of that doggone internet. I hate blah 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 blah." You know what I'm saying? Because he want me to be protected and vice versa. And
So
so
let me say this, and I mean you may not agree, but I feel like even if you bringing up a scenario, that's still talking about something that is negatively impacting the world. And so you're having a discussion about it, whether you giving these people names or not. It could be a realistic situation. You just not including the names.
that could be possible, Ms. Leader. That could be possible. But guess what? What happens sometimes, babe, do you know these people? And he'll ask me, do you know these people? And it's like, oops, yeah, I know these people. Well, then mind your own business, babe. I don't want to talk about these people. Are you sure? Because I want to talk about it. And he says, yeah, okay. Well, let's talk about it because I want to talk about everything you want to talk about. And that's just how he is. I don't want to lie and say, okay, these people doesn't exist. It's just a scenario if I'm lying to him. I'm not gonna lie to him and say, "Boo, these people doesn't exist." It's just a conversation. I'm not gonna lie to him. I'm gonna tell him the truth if he asks me. Boo, do you know these people? I don't know them, but I know of them. So why are we wasting our time talking about these people's relationship? Can we talk about our relationship? I'm trying to get to you and you trying to get to me, and we wasting our time talking about somebody. I promise we don't waste our time talking about other people's relationship. I'm with him. I don't really care about other people's relationship. As long as you are well, you're breathing, you good. That's what I care about. I don't care about specifics because it'll give me a headache. I done got to a point in my life where I'm really tired. I'm tired. I'm exhausted about what's going on in other people's households. I am. I just wish everybody the best. I pray for people, but I can't worry and call my guy. And it costs me money to call this man. I'm not gonna be calling him about somebody what's going on in somebody else's household. I'm gonna be talking lovey-dovey stuff with him. Period.
I mean, okay.
I need
Well,
him to want me, not somebody else I'm talking about.
okay. Well, guys, put a one in the chat if you have enjoyed this topic. And put a two in the chat if you
Got confused. And you
yeah, if you confused or if you I don't
um,
know.
oh my god, that's funny. Let's see, where's my one? I'm not confused. I may have confused some people, but I'm not.
Well, hell, because I could say you done confused the hell out of me with some of the
Miss
things
Leda,
that you.
let's be nice now. I said that first about you. I said that you were confusing me, but hey, that's
I mean, I am being nice. But I'm being
I
real.
I
Like I
can
said,
write some. I can take some notes and see why is it that I was so confused. I can go back and to the replay and see why was I so confused because it could just be me.
like I
But I
say,
was confused.
it was just some things that I don't think that we had got a full understanding of, and that's where the confusion came in. But it's always good to have the discussions. I'm happy that you ladies enjoyed the topic. Next week we will be discussing would you get your hair cut if your husband said no, which is kind of on the same lines of being submissive, because if you're in a marriage and your husband says no, you can't cut your hair, then that's kind of along the same lines. So we're going to talk about cutting the hair and what it actually means to cut your hair and stuff like that. So join us next week for that topic. And until next time, I'm your girl, Miss Lita,
I'm your girl Leslie.
and we out this thing. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.